This has to be one of the best value for money beginner RC drift cards you can buy right now. It is rear wheel drive, proportional steering and throttle, built-in gyro, hard body, under $40, which is just insane. This has to be the coolest thing ever. Pop-up lights. That is just so cool. I'm sorry, but that is just ridiculous value for money. You couldn't go to a toy shop and buy something this good for that price. That is just awesome. Let's check this thing out. I mean, first off, this hard body is just so good. I mean, for $40, you'd be lucky if you got a model that looks that good in 18th scale. You know, I just think it looks fantastic. All the little details on it and everything is just brilliant. So it basically comes ready assembled. You just have a few little bits to stick on, like your mirrors, your little side repeaters. Then you decide if you want to leave it the stock spoiler or go for the big wang. I went for the big wang because, you know, drift life. If we check out underneath, so specs wise, you get, it says rubber tyres, but they're plastic tyres really, but they're obviously drift wheels. It's got independent suspension front and rear. I don't know if you can see in there, but it's actually got adjustable camber and toe on the front and the rear. I mean, that in itself is pretty sweet. You know, for a lot of drift cars, you've got to pay extra for that. So that's really cool that, you know, it's adjustable toe and camber straight out of the box. It's got a little 150 size motor back here. You've got an all-in-one ESC and receiver and a gyro. It's got a 9-gram steering servo, which is, you know, got plenty of power in it. And as you can see from the box, they do have a few different models. I've actually got the 1802, which is the RX-7 FC as well, which is another awesome looking little drift car. Again, pop-up lights and everything. I love an FC. Proper Initial D kind of throwback this one is. I really want to get my hands on the Hachiroku because I'm a massive Initial D fan, and I just, yeah, Hachiroku with the yellow lights, that would just be mint. So let's check out some of the things that come with it. You get your usual LDRC transmitter. These look really, really weird. When you first see it, you're like, what is that? But they're actually pretty decent. You know, they're nice in the hand, you know, easy to use, you know, not the best, but I mean, you know, you're only paying $40. You get this with their Unimog as well, which is a crawler, and I find that really good, really easy to use. Definitely better than like the WPL transmitters if you're used to some of the other cheaper brands. So the functionality on the actual transmitter itself, you've got steering trim adjustment here, which says it's throttle trim on the little instructions, but it is actually steering trim. Button A by here is to change throttle rate, so you can do like 2 different speeds. Button B is your gyro sensitivity. You can actually switch between 4 gyro sensitivities. You can go all the way from 25% to 100%. And then button C down here is to do your lights. It comes with a 500 milliamp hour Li-ion 7.4 volt battery. You get your little USB charger. You get your little set of instructions for installing your mirrors and things like that, and your spoiler. Switch it on, you get your power button, your transmitter here. Then you get your little light flashing on the transmitter. And then underneath, you got your power button. And what's quite weird with this one is you kind of need to put it on a flat surface for it to actually pick up the fact that it's working. But then, yeah, you've got your steering servo. I mean, you can see that. Yeah, it's a pretty decent little steering servo. You know, lots of nice angle on there. And, you know, really responsive. And obviously you've got your rear wheel drive. Yeah, it's got plenty of go in it. And then obviously you've got your gyro. I find with this thing, to be honest, it is really easy to drift. You know, when I got the first one, the RX-7, I was like, nah, for this cheap, it's not going to be great, is it? But you literally get out of the box, you can pretty much leave it on the default settings and just send it, and you can be drifting straight away. For the price, it is ridiculous. I mean, my kids absolutely love them. We've been doing little drift trains together with the 2 of them, and they're just brilliant. You know, for somebody who wants to get into RC, or maybe you've only got a small amount of space and, you know, you just want to get into the drifting, just perfect. Let's check out these lights. So first off, we've got our pop-ups. Just press button C on the transmitter and you get your pop-ups. They stay up. And then on the rear, you've got your rear tail lights, and when you turn, you get indicators, and if you reverse, you get reverse lights, and then when you brake, you get brake lights. Cool as that. And if you actually hold down on the transmitter on button C for like 3 to 5 seconds, it'll beep, and then you can have hazard lights. So that's pretty cool. And then obviously just hold down again if you want to turn them off, and then you're back to indicators. But yeah, I mean, the functionality on that is just awesome, you know.
I mean, I know I keep harping on about it, but come on, for under $40, this is just so cool. Anyway, the transmitter itself takes 2 AAA batteries. You've got the instructions on the back of the transmitter as well, so just in case you do lose the instructions, it is all there, so that's really cool. Battery just goes underneath here, just literally just pop it open and it just sits in there. It does come with a little screw to hold the battery tray in, but I mean, to be honest, I get fed up of undoing the screw all the time, and I find the battery tray doesn't come off at all, so I just leave the screw out.
Okay, we got the NSX, and we've also got the little RX-7 FC, a little bit of in-house drifting. We got our little drift dude running the RX-7, and we got our big drift dude running the NSX. So, what do you think of the NSX, dude?
I think it's quite good. I prefer the RX-7 personally. I think this understeers more and has a little bit more grip on the tyres than the RX-7, so you can get better angles and better drifts with the RX-7. Whereas this, if you saw going around in the donuts, this was getting much wider and I could get much better angles on the RX-7.
From the words of the Drift King himself. And what do you think of that one, old dude?
It's quite good because it's fast and it has less grip than the NSX. And I think it's quite cool as well.
Yeah, which one do you prefer, NSX or RX-7?
And RX.
RX-7, the one you got in your hand? Yeah. Thank you, little dude.
And also, I'm the one that does the things in the video that goes like...
You're the steering man, aren't you?
Yeah. I always do that to say hello.
And you're the big man that likes soaking me with big muddy puddles.
Yes.
Well, awesome. Thank you for your help, dudes.
So there you go, that was great fun. You know, it's a really cool little drift car, and like I said, for like $40, I mean, it's insanely good value for money. Obviously, we've only got a tiny little space in the house to do some drifting, so, you know, it's not the world's best drifting. I do think that the tyres on the NSX are a bit more grippy, so it seemed like it was a bit harder to drift, a bit more understeer. Maybe if you scrub the tyres, might make it a bit smoother. But yeah, I mean, the FCRX7, I would say, definitely drifted easier. But like I said, the tyres do feel a bit harder. But anyway, really awesome. Obviously, you could tell my kids love it. You know, it's so cool that we can just do some drifting in the house and just get a little drift train going on. You know, it's just really, really cool. You can pick these up on like AliExpress or Banggood. Just search for the LDRC 1803. Drop me a comment and let me know what you think of it. You know, would you pay $40 for it? Are you going to get one? Which one do you prefer, the FC or the NSX? Thank you very much for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.